I was highly recruited coming out of high school, but suffered two broken legs my junior and senior year of high school.
From the first time I came here and started communicating with coaches, it felt like a really good environment, a good culture, good football.
I was out of football for a year commentating for ESPN, and I just realized how much I missed being around the players and the locker room and traveling with them and setting goals and trying to help mentor them through life. And the athletic director here, Bobby Williams, had seen my Delaware team play for 3 national championships when I was at the University of Delaware. He encouraged me to come and visit, and I came and visited, and they decided I'd be a good fit, and I became the head coach.
And during that time, a lot of the college football offers that I got fell off because of those injuries. But Sam Houston and Coach Keeler were one of the only teams that stuck with me through my injuries. So that meant a lot to me, and I'm glad to be here.
In an 8-year period, we won 86 games, which is only behind Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, and North Dakota State in all Division I football. So in the last 8 years, we've won an enormous number of games. This year, we've struggled with some injuries at the quarterback position. It's probably one of the best teams I've had, and I've had 8 different teams play for national championships. So I've had some pretty good football teams in my time. We have just struggled at one position, the quarterback position. 3 really talented young men, and all 3 happened to get injured.
I went in a backup role against UIW, pulled in on his own read play, was running to my left and got tackled by a linebacker and just rolled my ankle real bad. Originally thought it was just a sprain. We think that's what it is. I've been getting better and better. Hopefully this bye week helps me really take that extra step, and I can finally be fully healthy and feel like myself again out there.
I've dislocated my elbow my junior year in high school, and then I broke my hand one time before that, and I broke my wrist one time. But those are all when I was younger.
Mike Dare hurt his hip and got hip surgery. Ty has had an ankle, and Eric Schmid broke his hand.
Until last weekend, it just kind of made me feel less comfortable in the pocket, because when I'm fully healthy, I know I can get out of the pocket, be myself. If everybody's covered downfield, I always have that option to run. Playing through injuries the past couple weeks, my injury has limited my ability to run. Obviously, I felt a lot better this past weekend, and hopefully I'll feel much better moving on. But I think the biggest thing is just not being mobile.
Fell downstairs one time. I broke my arm. I fell off like a tree, and then the elbow was my junior year. I broke it just getting hit.
After Eric threw for 531 yards, and I think he was the National Player of the Week, and then 11 plays into the McNeese game, he breaks his hand, and Ty was already injured with an ankle, and we had to get Ty to get back out there and kind of manage the moment, and Ty played well enough to get us a win, which on the ankle he was playing on was pretty impressive.
When I was forced to go in the McNeese game, I was not expecting to play that game. Didn't practice at all that week. Had been in a boot all week actually. And then Eric got hurt, broke his hand. Especially the offensive line, I think, stepped up and knew, hey, Ty can't move. We have to do everything we can to make sure he's safe back there. And I think they saw the pain that I was in playing through, and I think that meant a lot to them. And I think they did a great job of giving me everything they had. At the very beginning, I felt kind of like, oh gosh, this is up to me now. But at the same time, I started to think, hey, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, go out there. It's still the same game. Go out and do your job.
I'm not going to roll myself for the 15-yard penalty, but I will punish myself on Sunday.
We just talk about managing the moment. You only can control the controllables, and you can't control the fact that we've had this injury bug at the quarterback spot. Even our 2 freshmen One has gotten a knee surgery, one's had a hamstring. So having 5 scholarship quarterbacks and having all 5 come up with injuries and having the rest of the team relatively healthy. I mean, our strength program's phenomenal. We've done a great job keeping healthy. Everywhere else, it's just been the quarterback position with an ankle, a knee, a hamstring, a broken hand, a hip. It's been something different everywhere. So it's been frustrating, but at the same time, I think our kids have done a pretty good job managing, the moment and trying to, we've gotten some pretty good wins, beating number 9 and Nichols here, playing wide receivers at quarterback and trying to mix some things up. And so we've managed the moment pretty well. We need to finish the season off right now. If we do, we'll make the playoffs. And I think if we make the playoffs, I think I have a pretty good football team. I like our chances to make some damage.
We have an amazing training staff. I'll be in here before practice, after practice, and then again in the afternoon doing all types of different treatments. I mean, Dustin and Megan do a great job with us. There's not other schools that have a better training staff than us. They do a great job.
They told me anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, and so I was ready probably around 4, but we had a bye week, so technically started practicing at 5 and then played at 6.
Well, we've been blessed. We have 4 NFL players out of this program the last 4 years. Lachlan Edwards is starting punter for the Jets. Davion Davis is with the Minnesota Vikings and actually is on the roster. Derek Roberson is with the Titans, and PJ Hall was a second-round draft choice by the Oakland Raiders. So one of the great things about this place is we have a great location. All the NFL scouts come through here. Every NFL team probably has been through here represented. Woody, we have a great long snapper. We have a couple offensive linemen. So there's 4 or 5 guys that they're looking at, and they'll do a pretty in-depth evaluation when the season's over to decide, what level of interest they do have. But that's one of the great things about the kind of players we get. Usually we'll get 1 or 2 players into NFL camps every year.